Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library.
QIX. Oh, I have a backstory with this one. Okay, I'll admit this is only the second episode ever where rather than roll the randomizer, I chose the game myself. But come on, I think for a milestone episode like 250, I'm allowed to do that, especially when I have a history with the game. See, last time I did this for episode 100, it was for the criminally underrated puzzle game Dexterity, but this time it's for a much more well-known game. QIX was first released in 1981 for arcade, made by the team of Randy and Sandy Pfeiffer, and published by Taito. It was such a hit that it got ported to the Atari and Commodore almost immediately, and to multiple other consoles over the years. The unique fill-in-the-level gameplay, mixed with avoiding enemies and really good sound design, made QIX a slightly lesser-known but still pretty popular puzzle hit from the early days of gaming. But onto my personal story for this game. When I was a kid, I was visiting my grandparents' house one day. I went to their toy cabinet, and digging around it, deep inside, I found the cartridge for QIX. No box, no manual, just the game. To this day, I have no clue how my grandparents got it. They don't have a Game Boy. In fact, of everyone in my family, I was the only one who had one. My grandma doesn't even remember how it showed up. So I can only conclude that QIX is a naturally occurring video game, one that simply phases into existence if in the presence of other toys. But I'm glad it did, because it was one of those weird but fun games that made me appreciate the Game Boy all the more. I especially love this box art because it's so ambiguous what it could be doing. There are weird shapes, a vaguely space-ish background, some explosions. This could be literally anything. And spoiler alert, that yellow thing is QIX. It's complicated, just stay tuned. Always love showing off a childhood favorite. Let's get our kicks with QIX. Licensed exclusively to Nintendo. And those other systems it was on. Heck yeah. Oh, I'm very happy about this one. QIX! Look, there's a reason I picked this game to play for a milestone episode, because this game rules. Let's do this. If you've never seen a QIX before, prepare to have your mind blown. So you are that little diamond at the bottom. Left and right to move. Your goal is to fill in the screen. Oh, get away from me. You hold A to go up and around. So by holding A... Oh god, no. So that thing in the middle is QIX. And you must avoid QIX. If you hold B, you fill it in with a different pattern and get significantly more points. That's pretty much the whole game. Oh, wait, no. There's also these things right up here. Gotta avoid them. It's like trying to tame a wild animal, but it's made out of vectors. I believe, yeah, there we go. Up there it says 75%, that's how much you have to fill in. Top middle is how much you have filled in already. By the way, if you're seeing any weird flashing, I'm 100% sure that's an emulator issue. When I played this for the original Game Boy, there's no flashing issue at all. Alright, let's do a little test, shall we? That was just about, I don't know, 70 points. That was about 100, so you do get significantly more for the pattern. No! That was a mistake on my part. I was trying to build an enclosure for it. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got something going. Okay, it's officially trapped in. Yeah! Oh, I should have done the slow motion one. Would have gotten so many more points. I love the little built-in strategy of you go so much slower, but you get a ton more points. Do you want to do something like this where you can quickly jump to the wall if QIX gets close? Or do you want to take a big risk like this? Oh, right. So that bar at the bottom of the screen, when it empties, more enemies spawn in. Oh, yeah. I'll just take all of the points, thank you. Oh, QIX, stay there, please. Stay there. No, don't you dare leave. Get back in there, you vector bastard. Oh, God. It's surprisingly tense for a Game Boy puzzle game, you know? Yeah. It's so satisfying to clear the game like that. The bonus is, I believe, 1,000 points for every percent you're above 75. And I don't know how high the game goes. I don't know if it's like eventually it just resets. In fact, love that pause sound effect. I'm gonna go check. I checked several FAQs. They don't know how long the game lasts either. It might just be infinite. Oh, should I talk about that enemy? Yeah, let's talk about that enemy. Let's just hang out here for a while, shall we? That is a fuse. If you take too long, the fuse comes after you. The game is all about finding that, balance. You want to take your time, but if you take too much time, it's a problem. But if you take too little time, you won't get that many points. Like, what I'm doing right here is not a whole lot of points. Ah, I screwed up. It's just the ultimate in... Oh my god. QIX is out for blood. Just the ultimate in arcade-style gameplay. I don't even know if you could call this a puzzle game, come to think of it. It has puzzle-ish elements. Yeah, it has puzzle-like... Oh my god. That's game over. It has puzzle-like elements, but it's too... I'd say it's almost too fast-paced to be a puzzle game. Right. There's this. If you're wondering what it has to do with QIX, so am I. And this game was even more amazing in arcades when it had color and everything. But also, I feel like it's one of those games that belongs to the Game Boy. It is a perfect pick-up-and-play gameplay. It is simple gameplay. Oh my god, QIX, you're so mad. It is simple gameplay that can be effortlessly tweaked level to level. You know, maybe the bar goes faster. Maybe the sparks go faster. Maybe QIX has different AI. Although I'm pretty sure QIX's movement is entirely randomized. But it's just like, this is the kind of game the Game Boy did best. I've said it time and time again, and it still holds true. Just slowly spiral around it, stalking my prey. And at the precise moment, attack! Yeah, I'm pretty much a QIX expert. Boy, I'm glad this game randomly materialized in my grandparents' cabinet one day. QIX is a quintessential Game Boy game, one that is absolutely perfect for the system. I guess that's why QIX is actually in the top 50 best-selling Game Boy games, just barely beating out Super RC Pro-Am. I think what makes QIX work is that at its core, it's incredibly simple, to the point that even just messing around will lead you to figure out how the game works. But it's that simplicity that also lends itself to all kinds of different strategies while you play. How to avoid QIX, whether to finish levels quickly or go for higher points. It's all really deep and strategic, two words that are key to making a puzzle game work. Now, it's not like this game is exclusive to the Game Boy or that it even got its start on the system, and yet it feels like a Game Boy game through and through. I feel like it's because it finds that perfect handheld balance. Great to pick up and play at any time, like I said, with gameplay so simple that anybody could figure it out, but with enough potential strategy to keep you coming back again and again, wanting to see if you could do better. It's a lot like Tetris or Dr. Mario in that regard, but with a much more action-y twist. I love the idea of a puzzle-ish game with an actual tangible enemy that's unpredictable. It's what ties the whole game together into such a fun package. I'm not trying to say QIX is an unknown game, not in the least, but I definitely think it deserves to be remembered more fondly alongside other Game Boy classics that made the system so memorable. So if you somehow missed out on it, you definitely need to try QIX and see for yourself just how much fun it is. And an extra special thank you to that mysterious cabinet. I wonder if there's a copy of Hudson Hawk in there now. And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe to follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy vault. I'm BrianJ, and I'll see you next time.